Alrighty, that's enough of that remix stuff, my friends. Welcome, everybody, to the weekend. Today is Friday, June 8th, 2018. My name is DSP, better known as Phil. I am here, live on stream for you guys. Another full day of streaming today. This is actually pretty cool because it's the final full day of streaming that I'm doing before E3 hits. And we all know how exciting E3 can be with all of its new announcements and information and all kinds of stuff. So, pretty excited that I'll be covering E3 shortly. But we've got one more fun day to get through here. Live on stream, of course. Welcome, my friends. Hopefully I find you well. And I have a lot of stuff to talk about today. In particular, some serious stuff, some cute stuff. Some good news, some, interesting stuff going on, some bad news, and a lot of different stuff. So, big variety. Let's get started since I've got a lot to talk about on pre-stream rather than dilly-dally. Let me begin by saying thank you guys for all of your support this week. In particular, the streams have been doing good, and, with the whole DSPGaming debacle that I had 2 days ago, where my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, where I archive all of my daily live streams and have uploaded raw gameplay content for the past 8 years, was erroneously suspended by Google. You guys were incredibly supportive. We got through it, and the channel was back within about 12 hours, so not so bad. Although, sadly, now the channel is going to have negative repercussions. I've noticed I lost about 1,000 subscribers. Views were way down at least for one day. I don't know how they're doing now that the channel's back up and running for a day. But yesterday, views were basically halved, and of course that means so is my income. But, this is what Google does. They automate everything, they screw everything up, and then it's up to you, the content creator or YouTuber, to try to figure out how to fix it, because they don't even know, and then you suffer the consequences, alright? In my case, at least it wasn't a horrendous problem, okay? It got fixed. But some people have had their channel suspended permanently and cannot even get the channel restored. Overnight, I heard a ton of horror stories on Twitter about this, because last night, after I got DSPGaming restored, alright, I was actually talking with Curse Network. Curse Network is my partner network, alright, and they said to me, Phil, could you help us, because we have a bunch of our partners here under Curse who have the same issue that you had, and we're wondering what steps you took to clear it up, because we're trying to work with YouTube, and even they can't help us. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And I said, alright, well, yes, here you go. Here's what I did step by step, and I typed them out, this big detailed step-by-step instructions on how I solved the problem, how I after the problem was solved, I unlinked DSPGaming from my Google Plus account. I gave them all the details, okay? And my contact at Curse was so appreciative. He was like, Phil, thank you so much. This is incredibly useful, and we're going to send this information out immediately to all of our partners affected. So basically, you kind of saved the day here. Thank you very much. And I said, you know what? That being said, I mean, yeah, obviously I want to help my fellow partners in Curse, but I want to help everyone. So I went out and I posted the entire guide that I had written for Curse onto my Twitter. And so far that tweet has like over 300 likes and retweets. And people have spread it amongst other big YouTubers. And it's good because now hopefully the information is at least being spread out there. So if other people are having the same situation that I had with DSPGaming, it could get cleared up. And what I'm hearing is that other channels affected are both large and small. For example, another big channel that was affected by it was Level Up Series, which is actually a gaming team and streaming team, most associated with Alex Valle, for those who don't know, one of the old school Street Fighter players from back in the day. And they do constant fighting game coverage. Their whole channel is based on covering West Coast-based Street Fighter tournaments and fighting game tournaments, and their channel got shut down for spam just like mine. And it looks like it took them just about as much time as it took mine to get restored. But they did get restored. But I'm also hearing other horror stories of people who the same thing is happening. And they're trying to appeal it, and they're getting auto-rejected, automatically rejected. Sorry, and then they have no way to restore their channels. I had one guy. I seriously, I'm not even kidding. Last night I was tearing up, going through Twitter and seeing these horror stories of people. People who just do YouTube for fun. They don't do it for a living. They make like $100 a month on ad revenue. And their channels that they've worked on for years are now being shut down, and they can't restore them. And, of course, the major problem with that, alright, is that, unlike me, DSPGaming, I'm in a situation where I have, you know, over 100,000 subscribers. The channel's been around for 8 years. I have at least a little bit of clout where if I want to talk to YouTube about it, I can. YouTube will not even talk to you unless you have 100,000 subscribers. So imagine these smaller channels now being shut down, you know, with no recourse. They have no one to talk to. No one will help them. It's ridiculous. And it's almost like, in some ways, a culling of YouTube. Like, almost like YouTube is going through with this, whatever this is, if this is an error or it's done on purpose or whatever. Well, let's just clear out a bunch of the you know, these channels that don't have 100K subs. And, you know, there's no way that they could share their stories or spread the word or fix it. You know, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. It's a situation I wish I could help you, but all I could do is relay how I fixed mine. There's not much I can do for people who tried to do the method that I used and it didn't work. You know what I mean? And I feel awful about it. I really do. I want people to be able to create fun content and have fun just like I did for the past 10 years. And it's not right that somehow this thing that's going on is negatively affecting so many people. So terrible. And I feel really bad. I really do. And here's hoping that whatever this issue is does get resolved and YouTube takes responsibility. But that's like saying, let's hope that this wall becomes sentient and starts baking me cakes on a daily basis, because YouTube never takes responsibility for anything. They literally have everything automated, and when things go wrong and don't work, they try to help as much as they can, but sadly, most of the time, they don't know how to fix their own problems that they've created, and then they take no responsibility, nor do they have any recourse. Like, for example, I lost 12 hours of revenue on DSPGaming. I lost over 1,000 subscribers, and, you know, I guarantee you that it's going to take weeks to months to repair the damage that's been done by this suspension. And I will lose money. Will YouTube recompensate me for that? Of course not. They don't care. You know, and even if it was a big YouTuber, they don't care. That's their attitude, is they don't care. They do whatever they want. Everything's automated. They don't care if you're negatively affected. Oh well. And that's why I 100% staunchly stand by my feeling we need a competitor to YouTube. Whether it's Amazon Video on Demand or it's another company, we need someone to step up. I've said this for 10 straight years that I've used YouTube, that when you have a monopoly, all right, sadly, you know, there's no competition that could stand up to it, and therefore people will be mistreated. And there's nothing, you know, it sucks. It's an industry where, yes, people have found a way to share their creativity and share because it's a business for a lot of people. It's their income. And then to take that away overnight just because of an algorithm or whatever is insane. Okay? But it is what it is. It sucks. For me, at least, the DSP Gaming crisis is done. But I feel so bad now for all these other horror stories I'm hearing on the internet about this crap that's happening. And I surely hope that something better happens, but I don't know what else I could possibly do. You know what I mean? I don't have clout anymore to the point where I can go and argue and make videos about it or nothing. No one would care. That's the thing. There was a time when something like this would happen. I could make a video, it would get 600,000 views, and people would rally around it and try to fix it. Now, if I try to do that, these stupid shithead haters who think that everything I do is worthless, even though I have a good cause and a good intention here, would basically just you know, flag the video, spam it, vote it down, leave nasty comments, and it would just be completely ineffective. So, congratulations to those who have stalked me and ruined any kind of credibility or, you know, effectiveness, positivity that I could have on the internet. It's your fault that I can't actually help with the situation. I would love to, and there's nothing I can do about it. Okay. So all that being said, guys, let's get that out of the way. I've also got something else I want to say, but I'm not going to go into it in detail today. I'm going to save it for my podcast coming up next week. For those who don't know, my E3 coverage is coming up. So allow me to very quickly tell you about my schedule and how this podcast is coming up, because I'm going to have a special segment on this podcast about something very serious, okay? So, let's talk schedule. Today, right now, it's going to be the Vampyr, I still don't know how to pronounce the name of this game, stream. 4 more hours of gameplay. We're going to see where the game goes in the next 4 hours. The story has picked up, but sadly the gameplay really has not. We're at a point in the game where I don't even know where to go. I've now wandered in circles and can't find the way to go to the next story mission, which sucks. I don't know what to do. But in that regard, the game's not bad. It's just that it just doesn't seem to be balanced very well. You know, when you have, oh, okay, 30 minutes of action followed by 90 minutes of talking with people with dialogue to unlock dialogue trees and unlock quests, you fall asleep. And, you know, a good combination of dialogue to action would be Mass Effect. Mass Effect has some really interesting stuff that happens in the towns and the populated areas that advance the story, but then you go out and there's a big action sequence and stuff like that. It's really not balanced that well in Vampyr. Instead, it's like primarily you could tell the most of the focus was put onto the dialogue trees and the plot of the game, but it could be incredibly boring to play and watch if you're stuck in one of those segments, okay? So, that being said, I really do feel that the game would have been better balanced if, you know, they had looked at other franchises like Witcher, Mass Effect, etc. Do a much better job of balancing. So this will be the final major session of the game. I doubt I'm beating the game today, considering I'm only in Chapter 3. Okay? But what I'm going to do, I am going to transition it out into a nighttime streaming game. This will be a game that I balance along with other things I do as a main gameplay stream moving forward. So this is the last hurrah as a 4+ hour stream. Starting next week, it will be like a nighttime stream that I balance with everything else, okay? So that's starting next week, okay? Alright, so today, final 4 big hour stream of Vampyr. Tonight, more Street Fighter, and I'm not sure what. It's going to be between 2 choices, either Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, which I only played 1 session of. I did incredibly well, and in particular, my Zangief was very, very impressive. So I'm debating playing more of that tonight, or Street Fighter Alpha 3, which I have not been impressive at all. In fact, when I play the game, I'm learning more than anything else, because I never really played the game on a competitive level at all. I dabbled with it in arcades and stuff, but I never really liked the game that much. So I mostly ignored it. And now people are, you know, playing the game for the first time competitively online, because it never had an online version until now. So I'm messing around with it. Maybe I'll play more of that, alright, but I don't know. You know, we'll see. Maybe I'll play Alpha 3. Maybe I'll do Hyper Fighting. We'll see. I'll see what you guys want tonight, you know, on second stream, and we'll go from there. All right. Tomorrow, Saturday, is my day off from streaming. The day when I take some time to spend with my girl, where we go run errands and we do stuff. So, one day off, all right? And then I'll be back on Sunday, starting with my E3 coverage, all right? And I've already shared the schedule of how this is going to go down on my Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP. I've already posted it up. But just for a rough recap, my stream will start at the normal usual time on Sunday, and immediately after the pre-stream, I'm going to start talking about the E3 press conference, the EA press conference that happened on Saturday. Alright, it's going to be me recapping everything EA talked about, and giving you my opinions on it. Alright, so what I have to do is probably Saturday night, I'm going to watch the EA press conference myself, and I'm going to take notes on it, so I could talk about it Sunday morning, excuse me. Then, Sunday morning is going to be the Microsoft press conference around 1 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to watch that live, and I'm going to be here in the stream chat with you guys to chat with you about it. And then once that's done, I'm going to do a live stream review slash summary slash recap slash reactions to that live. And then later on in the day is the Bethesda press conference at 6:30 p.m. I'm going to be watching that live with you guys here in the stream chat and chatting it up with you guys. And then, depending on how long that goes, because there's supposed to be a Devolver Digital conference at 8 p.m., and that's weird to me, because Devolver Digital is a company that only makes like 1 or 2 games a year, so to hear they have their own conference is kind of baffling. Like, what are they going to talk about? 2 games? You know what I mean? So I might or might not even watch that one, but basically after Bethesda ends, I'm going to do my reaction slash, you know, summary video here on Twitch again. So on Sunday, you'll basically see 3 different, you know, hour-long chunk-style streams for me where I do summaries and reactions and recaps to all that stuff. Okay? Then, Monday, same kind of deal. Monday morning, I believe at 10 a.m., is the Square Enix press conference. So I'll be watching that live with you, doing my reactions right after. And then later in the day, I believe there is Ubisoft and Sony. So once those are going on, yes, I'll be watching those live here with you and then immediately doing my reactions. And so that'll complete, after 2 days, Sunday and Monday of doing it like this, that will complete my E3 coverage for now. Okay. And then on Monday, or Tuesday, excuse me, we start up with new gameplay again. It's going to be Jurassic World Evolution, the premiere on my first gameplay stream, 4+ hours of that. It's basically a sim game where you create your own Jurassic World theme park with dinosaurs and everything. And you try to keep it under control without the dinosaurs breaking out and killing people and, keeping everyone happy. So that could be a really fun stream, especially because it's going to lend itself way more to interaction. Chatting with you guys. Chatting with you guys and having fun while I play the game. Because it's going to lend itself to being more interactive for sure. Then Tuesday night, I'll probably go back to H1Z1 for a session. Especially because last night, last night, guys, I had the best session at H1Z1 I've ever had. Multiple top 10 finishes. I even won my first match. And it was really epic. People really enjoyed the stream. They were going nuts. They were having so much fun watching me play it. So I hope you guys will tune in Tuesday night when I play that again. Then on Wednesday, probably more Jurassic World. And then maybe I'll balance that with Vampyr or Vampyr, however you say it. And then I'll balance the rest of the week. Thursday of next week. All right. Thursday of next week is very important, guys. This is going to be the return of my podcast. I have not done a podcast this year, okay? So I'm going to do a podcast on Thursday, the 14th of June, and this podcast is going to be a cumulative podcast. I'm going to talk about a ton of stuff. Number one, I'm going to do a full E3 kind of run-through recap where I let you guys know what the biggest things at E3 were, the smallest things at E3 were, who won E3, the best and worst, and my overall thoughts about E3 this year, all right? And that's going to cover not only the main press conferences from Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, it's also going to cover any other kind of minor announcements and releases that came out of E3 during the course of the week, all right? But also in this podcast, I'm going to be addressing some other things. For example, I'll address how things have been going with the business side of things, which I have not addressed in a while. I'll let you know about what's going on with streaming and YouTube, and some personal stuff. But in particular, I've decided, and this is very important, guys, I'm going to do a special segment in this podcast regarding depression. And the reason being is because this is something I can speak to personally. I have suffered from depression since my high school years. And it's something that on and off has affected my life in a big way, negatively, obviously. And lately we've seen a spat now of major high-profile people who have succumbed to the illness. Because that's exactly what it is. It's a mental illness. It's not something to be taken seriously. It's not, my life is just, woe is me. Some people think that depression is like, someone who just feels so sorry for themselves, right? Oh, poor me, my life isn't perfect. And, no, that's not what it is at all. It's way worse than that. It could be debilitating, crippling. It could really ruin your life. Even if you have a good life. That's the other thing a lot of people don't understand. Well, if you just had a good life, you wouldn't be depressed. No, if anything, take a look. In the past week, we've lost Kate Spade, who is a ginormous, ridiculously successful designer of handbags, clothing, all kinds of stuff for women. She has her own line of stores. She's in every single department store in the world. She committed suicide this week. And then just today, we lost Anthony Bourdain, who is an incredibly successful guy, a household name when it comes to food, cooking, travel. Incredibly successful shows on television. And these people have committed suicide. It's like, oh my God. And people are like, I don't understand how that could be. Well, I do. Trust me, I do. And so what I want to do is talk a little bit about it and hopefully bring some attention to the disease of what depression is, how it can negatively affect a life. I'm actually going to reveal some stuff in this Hate Life podcast that I never really talked about. But I feel that it's more beneficial for me to talk about it and hopefully help people who are suffering from this just like I have been my entire life. Well, not my entire life. I say I got it around high school. To try to at least bring some attention and light to it so people know what's going on and understand that there's help out there and there's ways to get around it and at least suppress it, It's a pretty messed up situation that we have right now on this planet. A lot of youth are suffering from depression and don't know why and don't even know what it is. And so I'm going to try to help as much as I can. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens, but I'm hoping that something positive will come out of, this situation. So I'm going to talk about that on my podcast next week. All right. So see what a big podcast that's going to be. That's going to be a really important podcast. That's again Thursday, the 14th of June will be that podcast. So basically next week will be E3 coverage balanced with new gameplay of Jurassic World Evolution, continuing playthroughs in Vampyr, as well as some H1Z1, and of course, yes, there will be Street Fighter next week as well. So it should be a good balance of stuff for you guys coming next week. And then once we start, getting to the end of stuff and wrapping stuff up, okay, I'm going to begin with my Patron's Choice playthrough. And you might say, well, what's it going to be? Right now, leading the poll is Half-Life 2, for sure. Okay, it is way in the lead. So it looks like Half-Life 2 is going to be the Patron's Choice playthrough. However, we also have a second playthrough that's going to happen based off of this current Patron's Choice poll. Because I hit a Tier 2 subs goal here on Twitch this month. You guys have been so supportive this month for me. Thank you guys very much so far. I mean, we're only 8 days into the month, and you guys have been incredibly supportive. Since we hit the Tier 2 subs goal, the second place game that reaches second place in the voting for Patron's Choice will also be a Patron's Choice playthrough I will do later this summer, all right? It won't be immediate. It'll probably be July or August. That playthrough is going to start up. Now, that being said, right now we've got a tie for second. It's Jack 3 and Simpsons Hit and Run tied for second place, okay? So what I may do is if we end up a tie, because the poll is going to end this Sunday, just so you guys know. If we get a tie, we're going to do a special, last-minute tiebreaker poll, which people are going to be able to attempt to see if they, let's get, a real winner here. So it'll be a tiebreaker poll that'll be held, and I'll let you guys know how that happens, and that goes too, okay? So lots of fun, eventful stuff that's going on right now. In regards to all kinds of special events and stuff, the summer should be pretty interesting. This summer I'm also going to be bringing back my Persona 5 playthrough to finish up the game. That could be interesting. Among other things, people have had a lot of ideas of things that I could do as downtime gameplay for the summer. And I'm obviously taking in all these suggestions. And we'll see, again, we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. I think this summer should be pretty fun. Okay. Okay. All right, now I have a cute story to share with you guys, and then we're going to get to plugs. The cute story is short but cool. So, it's the springtime here in Washington State, and we get moderate temperatures. We get nice temperatures between, say, 50 to 70 degrees typically. We get some sun, but we get a lot of rain. Not going to lie. And, in the past 2 months, spring has sprung here. We have all these plants, pollen. Oh, my God, the pollen we've had the past few weeks has been unbearable, okay? But we've had all kinds of fun, cute wildlife. We have birds of various kinds, colors, shapes, varieties. We've had squirrels running around here. But more recently, we've had wild rabbits. And I always thought there was only 1 or 2 of these things, okay? Because I keep catching it. Like, I'll be driving in at night. All of a sudden, you'll see a wild rabbit right in the middle of our little private road. Oh, my God, it's so cute. And it'll run into a yard or whatever, okay? We've been seeing more and more of these wild rabbits recently. As we, we're going in and out of the place, or we're just walking around to check the mail, you'll see a wild rabbit hopping around. You're like, wow, that's really cool. The other day, as we were coming home from our day off, it was Saturday last week, we're pulling in and we see a wild rabbit in the middle of the driveway. And I'm like, okay, let's just sit here and see what happens. This is pretty cute. Well, the rabbit's looking around, making sure that everything's safe. All right. All of a sudden, it makes a sound, and another rabbit jumps out of the bushes, and they hop across everything together into the woods. So basically, it was like one rabbit was protecting the other and making sure it was safe before they crossed into the woods. It was so cute, right? So we're like, this is awesome. Like, this is really cool that we've got all these wild, all these wild animals and everything in our area. So this morning, the reason I'm bringing this up is because the super cute story is this morning. This morning, I go downstairs, and, Kat and I are waking up and everything, stretching. Oh, I got to wake up. We're all drowsy. Usually we go down, we have a drink or whatever, something in the morning, maybe some breakfast. So the first thing I do is I open up my blinds to see my backyard. There is the world's fucking cutest, most adorable baby bunny sitting in the backyard eating a weed that had popped up between our concrete stones in the backyard. And it's the smallest rabbit I've ever seen. It's so cute. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so cute. Let me get a camera, right? So I try to go get my phone. of course, then it takes off. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. So I grabbed Cat. I said, Cat, go check this out. You got to see this. So now we're both there. It comes out again because it had jumped into our bushes. It ran back out again and started eating the weeds again. And I almost got a picture. I was about to try to take a picture and the thing ran away again. But it was so cute. It was a baby. You could tell this thing was the smallest rabbit I've ever seen. It had to have been not more than a week or two old. It was so small. And the one thing that got me, though, the parent was nowhere near it. And I'm like, that's kind of messed up. Because I don't know, what happened. Where are the parents? That this bunny is by itself. Then again, there's no natural predators here. We do have dogs. A lot of people here have dogs. But everyone has a good handle on their dog. They don't just let their dog run fucking free and do whatever they want. So the dog shouldn't be a threat to the rabbits. I mean, that's why the rabbits are thriving here, right? And having babies. So, but yeah, actually someone in the stream chat just says, whatever you do, don't touch the rabbit because the rabbit will basically be disowned by its parents. That's true. This is absolutely true. If there's a young rabbit or even anything, anything that's kind of in that rodent family, all right, that same kind of family, if a young one that's still in its developmental stages gets touched and loses the scent of its parents, the parents will basically turn against it. And I've seen that happen firsthand with hamsters. So, yeah, not very cool. So, yeah, absolutely. I would never go out there and try to catch the rabbit or anything like that. That would not be good, The rabbits are very happy. Doing their natural thing outside. I would never fuck with them. I would let them do their fun things, and just watch. I am very happy to just be an observer of the incredible cuteness that I have living here. And this is awesome. I've lived here since 2014, and yes, every on and off I see these animals. This is the first year I've seen so many wild animals, mostly because we put some feeders. A little bird feeder and cheap bird seed, you pop it in there, you end up getting 1 million birds in your backyard you've never seen before. And incidentally, it brought squirrels too. And now we're getting rabbits. So it's really cool, man. It's really cool. And, I hope to see more of these rabbits and maybe get some pictures for you guys. Because I've never seen them in the backyard before. I've seen the rabbits before, like, out in the grass. I've never seen the rabbits in my backyard before. This is really cool, and I hope that they keep coming so I can get more pictures and stuff. Alright, so that was a super cute story to cheer you up. Alright, let's do some quick plugs, everybody. Let's go through my quick plug segment, and then I'm going to do shout-outs for people who've cheered, subbed, and tipped here on the pre-stream. All right. That is a reminder that, yes, if you do cheer, sub, or tip, you'll get a shout-out. I'll explain the criteria in just a moment. All right. Let's get to the plugs and get this out of the way. All right, guys, thank you very much. As I said, for a very supportive May. Great month, the best month that I've had on YouTube and Twitch this year. And thank you so far for an amazingly positive start to June. You guys have been nothing but supportive, all right? Thank you for 10 years. Thank you for allowing me to be a content creator for you guys for 10 years. I really do appreciate it. I love what I do for a living. I don't want to give it up at all. I want to continue to do this for as long as I could possibly do it. All right? And thank you for everything. Seriously, thank you guys. That being said, okay, the best way that you can support my efforts to continue to do this full time is to watch the streams and the videos. I mean, duh, that's a no-brainer, right? But if you would like to go above and beyond, all right, if you would like to possibly do something beyond just being a stream viewer or video watcher to ensure that I can keep doing this, there are many ways that you can contribute, all right? Let's talk about some of those ways. The first is my Patreon over at patreon.com/DarkSidePhil, where I have a monthly pledge campaign, and if you pledge to that campaign, obviously you're aiding me in doing this, but you're also earning personal perks. By far, the best perk is one of the cheapest. For $5 a month, you get the ability to nominate and vote on games for special events. So just to give you guys some perspective, right now, people who did that last month are voting on the games for the Patron's Choice playthrough. Not only are they determining a playthrough that's going to happen starting next week, or maybe a week after, we'll see how time permits, they're also voting on number 2 game is going to be played later in the summer. Okay? That's crazy amount of power. Just for a $5 pledge, these people are formulating playthroughs that thousands of people are going to watch on YouTube and hundreds of people a day will watch on Twitch. That's pretty crazy when you think about how much power that is, all right? Right now, if you pledge to my Patreon $5 or more this month in June, you'll be nominating and voting on games for the upcoming Rageathon event. where I'm going to be playing a variety of games to basically piss me off, all right? And you guys can nominate anything. You can nominate games that I played in the past that have pissed me off. You can nominate games that you know will piss me off that I've never played. Quite frankly, I'm hoping for a variety. I hope people will bring back stuff that really angered me from the past, but also stuff I've never experienced before just to see it firsthand, okay? So this will be an amazing event. All right, this will be an amazing event. I can't wait to do it. If you pledge this month, you're in on it. You will be able to nominate and vote. It's a lock that it's happening, okay? But there's other perks you can get as well. You can get text or verbal thank yous in my videos on YouTube. You can get a Q&A video made for yourself or get your questions answered on my Q&A show that happens every 2 months Ask the King. There's a lot of stuff you can get. Go check it out yourself over at patreon.com/darksidefil. All the details are there, and you will be able to find out for yourself how, you can get in on all that fun stuff. All right, and again, thank you to anyone who has become a patron of mine. Actually, I got a few new patrons this week. I just want to say special thanks to all you guys. You guys are awesome. All right. All right. Number 2, guys. There's my Teespring shop, where you can buy cool merchandise, including t-shirts, sweaties. What the hell is a sweaty? T-shirts, sweatshirts, stickers, mugs, hoodies, all kinds of fun stuff. I can personally attest to the quality of the product there because I own a bunch of it. It's great quality stuff. I personally own a mug and either 3 or 4 t-shirts and a sweatshirt, all of which I wear regularly on the streams. I pick the higher quality products for you guys. There's the ability to sell El Cheapo stuff. I don't do that. I sell the higher quality stuff, even though it makes taking a hit myself on how much money I make per sale. I do that because I want you guys to have good collectibles that are going to last, okay? So, give it a look over at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Anything you buy, obviously, helps me out. I make a commission, but you get a cool collectible in the process. So, good stuff, okay? Last but certainly not least, my friends, if you're here live on the stream, and the reason I say that is because some people do watch these pre-streams on demand on YouTube, just for full, clarification here. But if you're actually here live, watching me live on the stream right now on Twitch, and you would like to get some interaction and participation in today's stream, there's 3 ways you can get a shout out. During today's live stream, you can either cheer with bits, you can subscribe to the channel, or you could tip me. All right, if you do any of those 3 methods, you will get a well, let's try that again. A verbal shout out with a few criteria that are important that you need to know. All right, so let me cover those. Number 1, please be as short-worded, as concise as possible. All right, the shorter you are, the more short-worded you are, the chances are I'm going to read your message out and I'm going to respond in a timely manner, and it'll be good. If you are long-winded, if you are incredibly wordy, if you do a 14-sentence paragraph that looks like a Shakespearean sonnet, chances are I'm not going to derail the stream to read a ginormous comment and then respond, because it's going to take, so long, it's going to derail the entirety of the stream. I'm not going to do that, all right? Understand, I do a Q&A show, and that's better for comments like that. So please, try not to go crazy with the length of any kind of a shout-out message, all right? Number 2, please, if you're looking for a shout-out, please try to be positive. Please try to stay on topic. Please, number 1, don't bring up religion or politics. No one wants to talk about that on a gameplay stream. It causes divisiveness. It makes people argue with each other. And we don't want to have that on the stream. We want to have a positive, fun stream, so please, none of that. Number 2, please no insults, no toxicity. Don't come in trying to insult myself or someone else. Try to be sly and get me to say stuff that's going to get me in trouble on Twitch. Don't come in and oh, Phil, did you hear this guy said this about you, and this guy's negative, and this is stealing your content. I don't care. The bottom line is, people will do what they want to do. I can't control it. All right? I've been a long-time player in this game, 10 years, and for the entirety of the 10 years, people have stolen my content without my permission and or said nasty stuff about me. There's nothing I'm going to be able to do to change their minds at this point. Some people would rather just be ignorant than actually have informed decisions or opinions. So let them do what they want to do and keep that off my streams. My stream is here to be entertaining, fun, positive, and to make sure you guys are having a good time while I'm enjoying a video game and sharing those gameplay experiences live. That's what this is all about, all right? Now, the good news is 95% of the people who try to get shout-outs during the streams understand this. So, in general, the streams are very positive. You always get the small group of bad apples or people who just don't get it. And understand that it is at my 100% subjective discretion whether or not I actually give you a shout out or not on the stream, dependent on the situation, dependent on my own personal judgment and the like. But these criteria are guidelines that if you follow them, chances are you'll get a shout out. All right. Now, if you would like visual thanks for your contributions, if you'd like to see a fun thank you animation play on the stream while we're talking here, all right, we could do that. All right. And there's 3 ways that you can qualify for that. If you either cheer 50 bits or more in one shot, so at one time. If you subscribe to the channel and you wait a few minutes, there should be a share button that will appear. So if you click on that share button when it appears, or if you tip me $5 or more in one shot. All right. If you do those 3 things, you'll get a thank you animation to play on the screen that will include not only the cool animation, but your message as well. So it's a way to get both visual and verbal recognition for your contributions, which is really awesome, right? I definitely think that, you know, it's a cool thing. Adding this interactivity to my streams has made them better. For the most part, it's the reason why things have grown, and I love doing it. I love being more interactive and having a more interactive stream with you guys than just me feeling like I'm in an isolation booth playing a video game by myself. So let's have a fun one today, okay, guys? Now, a couple quick things. Number 1, subs-wise, holy crap, have we exploded with subscribers, and I mean that. This week in particular, this first week of June, I saw my subscriber count go from like 400 into the, I think it was like 420 was the lowest I was at, and everyone laughed, har har, 420, right? We're up to 494 and growing. So obviously people have seen the benefits of being a subscriber. Allow me to describe to you some of the benefits of being a subscriber. Number 1, you get access to all of the cool chat emotes. And in the past 2 weeks, we have had a bunch of new emotes added, including the DSP Ryu emote in honor of the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. We've also had the Hadouken and Fireball emotes. So people have been throwing fireballs across stream chat for the past week and a half since they were added. Also, for Tier 2 subscribers, we got the Evil Ryu emote. So it looks like me, only it's Evil Ryu. So I'll actually do that one in the stream chat. There it is. You guys can see it right now. All right. And then, for Tier 3 subscribers, you know, very generous people, we've got the Akuma emote. And I just posted that into the stream chat as well. Now, I gotta say, super special thanks to Popsicolo, who designed all these new emotes for us in the past 2 weeks. They're really awesome, very timely for the content that I'm putting out right now. So thank you guys very much for that, and I hope that you guys enjoy these new emotes. So obviously, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to use those emotes not only here, but in all other stream chats on Twitch. They're really neat, right? So number 1, great stuff. Number 2, you don't have to watch advertisements when I run them. You know, I run about 1 to 2 advertisements per major stream. You don't have to see those. That's another benefit. And then number 3, you get the cool chat crown badge, where you'll start off with the bronze crown, but after a 3-month sub ongoing, you'll get a silver, then it'll upgrade to a gold at 6 months, and then it'll get rubies at 12 months, and then there's a 2-year one that no one's hit yet, and you guys will see how awesome that one is when we hit the 2-year anniversary. All right, so great stuff. Thank you to everyone who has subbed so far already this month. Because you guys have subbed, we're going to be doing, get this, the Rageathon coming up. All right, that's number 1. And that second Patron's Choice playthrough. Both of those events were made possible by you guys subscribing to the channel. Pretty cool, right? Now, if we hit 500 subs, I really don't have anything too crazy to do for this month. So what I'm thinking is for 500 subs, if we hit it, I will do a special edition of DSP Tries It at an undisclosed future date. I'm not promising the date simply because I don't know how long it's going to take me to find a cool item. I don't want it to be food. I want it to be something fun, like a fun kind of as seen on TV product or something silly for me to try. So no, it will not be something right away, but it will. I promise you I will do a fun episode of DSP Tries It moving forward if we hit 500 subs this month. And then, probably after that, I don't even know, realistically, if I want to do any more goals. Only because you guys have been so supportive, I'm appreciative. But I don't want to overdo it and promise a million goals this month. And the next thing you know, July hits. Well, I've already used all my ideas, and now I have nothing to do for July. You know what I mean? But we'll see. If you guys have ideas of events that I could do for DSP, or not DSP tries, excuse me, for goals, for subs here, please let me know. I'm on open ears when it comes to good ideas. I would love to hear better ideas, you know, of what I could do as sub rewards and things to motivate people to subscribe to the channel, right? So, let me know. Let me know, guys, how things, are panning out. Let me know what you think, ideas, and we'll go from there. But again, thank you so much overwhelmingly for your support when it comes to this month. Things have been amazing already, and I am looking forward very positively to the future, okay? All right, last but not least, because then I'm going to do shout-outs. Tips, you may be wondering, how do you tip me? Because I mentioned tips during this pre-stream, and that's not done through either... it's not done through the Twitch TV system. It's not. It's completely separate. So how do you tip me? Well, there's two ways. If you're watching the stream live right now and you look below the stream, you may see a fun grid of information, including the stream rules, which you could definitely read and understand. They're very important. There's also a link to my DSPGaming YouTube channel where I archive all of my live stream content on a daily basis. But there's also a section that says Tip Jar. If you click on that, it'll take you to my tips page on PayPal, where you can either leave an anonymous tip or you can leave your name in a message. All right. If you don't see any of that info, chances are you're probably on a mobile site or a mobile version of Twitch. If that's the case, you could just type exclamation mark or exclamation point tip into the stream chat. Okay? And if that happens and it works, boom, a link will pop up in the stream chat that you can click on, and it'll take you to the tips page that way as well. So that's another way to do a tip. If you're not interested in cheering or subbing, you can tip me that way, and that helps me out as well. Okay? All right, folks. Now it's time for shout-outs for people who have already contributed on the stream. First of all, I want to say very special thanks to two individuals who actually cheered overnight. If you can believe it, before I even started streaming today, there were a few people who kept me in mind and were appreciative of what I do and cheered when I wasn't even broadcasting. That's really awesome. So I want to give a special shout-out to Infinite55, who did a 200-bit cheer with two of those rainbow flag emotes, in celebration of the LGBT Appreciation Month that we're having now in the month of June. Okay? So thank you for that cheer. And also thank you to Richie7ACR, who did a 50-bit cheer. Thank both of you for your overnight cheers. I appreciate it. Now, as for people who contributed while the stream was running, we've got YOLO Dopper, who first cheered. He says, I heard somewhere your parents are big believers in Norse mythology. No. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what kind of nonsense you've heard. That is not true. But thank you for the cheer. The Last Rambo just cheered 100 bits and says there's no need to pronounce vampire twice. I guess I'm just going to call it Vampyr moving forward. I think it sounds cooler as Vampyr, but apparently the game developers have been saying it's Vampyr, which makes no sense because Pyr is pronounced peer. If it were Vampyr, it should be Pyre, like a funeral pyre. But, hey, Dragon Ball FighterZ is supposed to be Dragon Ball FighterZ, which would make more sense, but instead they say it's Dragon Ball FighterZ. So I guess these game developers can do whatever they want with the English language and pronounce these things, however they want, I guess. So there you go. Vampyr. I'll only say Vampyr moving forward. How about that? GL just asked how much is Vampyr. It's a full game. $60, man. Full price. All right. Washington Sasquatch cheered and said, shout out to my boy Sedella. He is a good boy. Well, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess that's it. We've had a slow start, and I'm not surprised. Like I said, guys, this is the final time that I'm doing Vampyr as my main stream. I understand that people have lost interest because the game has so much dialogue in it that it's watching paint dry could be more fun than some of this dialogue in the game. I totally get that. Right now, I'm in an action segment where I'm lost. I'm at the docks, and the game's telling me, advance to the docks and go find this guy on the docks. And I am trying, and I can't fucking find him anywhere. I can't find a way to get to the area they're telling me to go. So I honestly don't even know how to progress here. So right at the get-go, the start of the stream is going to be a frustrating segment because I don't know where to go in the game, and the game's not being very clear. I guess we'll see how it goes today. It was hilarious because yesterday I was playing it, and I'm stuck. I'm like, man, I really like to just find and end this segment before I turn off the stream. No one watching the stream knew anything because no one bought this game, apparently. Like, no one everyone's like, I don't have this game. I don't know. I'm damned if I know. I'm like, oh, man, that kind of stinks. Sometimes people can help me out with stuff like this when I get stuck. And it sucks now that, I'm stuck at this part, so. But we'll see how it goes. 4 more hours. Jack Spartacus just asked, am I going to play this game at night? Yes, this is going to become a nighttime game, as I stated earlier on the pre-stream. Next week It'll primarily, my focus will be Jurassic World Evolution, as well as E3 coverage, my podcast, etc. And Vampyr will become a nighttime stream that I will play probably like every day, every other day, to put in a couple hours until I finish it up. So, it's not going away. It's not even going on suspension. It's just going to be a nighttime stream from now on. Okay? Shout out to Infinite. Infinite did another 1,000-bit cheer to get stuff going today. So, obviously, super special thanks to Infinite. I appreciate your contribution, sir. Thank you very much for the cheer. And thank you for an awesome start to the day. All right, last but not least, guys, I just want to give a shout out to the top 10 cheer contributors for the week. And then we're going to get started with our Vampyr gameplay here. All right, so top 10 contributors to my channel this week via bits. Let's go ahead and give them credit where credit is due. In 10th place, we've got The Last Rambo. In 9th place, we've got Sedella / Obi-Wan Kenobi. A double tie for 8th place between Mr. Spike the Dragon and the Spicoli. Then we've got in 6th place, Fly Eagles Fly. In 5th place, Dooley. In 4th place, the Enigmatic Cactus. In 3rd place, Infinite 55. In 2nd place, Ultimate Boss. And sitting in 1st, Emperor Swaggins. So there you go, guys. Thank you again to everyone who has contributed. It is much appreciated. Kate actually just cheered and said, "Happy Friday, Phil. I just want to let you know. The little girl who was going through chemo passed away, but she always loved your content." Is that true? Kate, if that's true, that's awful. You were just telling me 2 days ago about her. Dude, that is terrible. I hope that that's not true, but if it is, rest in peace to whoever that was. Obviously, I didn't know the girl, but that is awful to hear. Very awful to hear. Childhood illness is a terrible thing. Children don't, you always say, well, someone's old, they get a sickness, well, at least they had a chance to live their life, right? I mean, not that anyone should ever have to have, dying of cancer or whatever. We could eradicate it. Would be obviously an amazing thing for the human race, but for a child to have a sickness is even worse than anything else. Here's someone who hasn't even had a chance to live their life yet. What did they do to deserve anything? Nothing. So, pretty messed up. And, rest in peace to that little girl. That sucks. But, sadly, that's life. We gotta deal with this shit every single day, like I mentioned earlier, depression. Why do you think people get depressed? You hear messed up stories, and it screws you. It screws you up. Alright, guys. I think it's time. Like I said, we're probably gonna start with Rage today. Because, I don't know where to go. I ran back and forth yesterday for about 20 minutes trying to figure out where to go for this mission. I couldn't figure it out. I hope we can figure it out today. Alright. Alright. Let's begin Vampyr for the day. Thanks everyone for being here. Let's hopefully be able to cheer you up with some fun stuff. I hope. Alright. And, alright, there we go. Thank you guys very much.